Welcome back to another cooking video. Today on how to make sushi, I'm going to teach you how to make a California sushi roll. Now, a lot of you have asked me in the comments to make a California sushi roll, but it is one of the first videos I ever released on this channel. I think it's like the third video. So I didn't want to make the same thing again. I wanted to make it better. So the first one used what most sushi restaurants use, which is fake crab. It's this stuff. It's made out of like fish. And it's like made in a factory, and they use it because it's a cheap product. There's very few restaurants that use real crab in their California sushi roll, and if they do, they use like cheaper crabs. Now what I'm going to show you today is how to make king crab California sushi roll. That's using one of these legs. Now this is actually just one of four. Usually this comes with like 4 legs, but I already used the other 3. But anyway, this is a very expensive piece of crab, and nobody ever uses this inside a California sushi roll. Mainly because the 4 legs is about 70 euros, and you're gonna need about 1 leg to make a sushi roll. So it's about like 15 euros for the amount of crab that I'm gonna put into one sushi roll. That's $17 more or less, or 0.0045 Bitcoin, or about 1/10 of an Ethereum. But the finances, you know, that's something else. Yeah, so it's very expensive and nobody does it. If you go to a sushi restaurant, you're gonna get California sushi roll with this inside it. It's just gonna happen. It's sad, but that's the business. Because they need to make about 1 on 5 on a sushi roll. So if it costs it's got to cost 1/5 of what they sell it for. So to make it out of this and then sell it, they would have to charge you like 60-70 euros for California sushi roll, which is just ridiculous. So that's why you get this. But today I'm going to show you how to make it out of king crab, and it's going to be amazing because king crab is such a good product. You don't really need to do much to it, and if you put that in a sushi roll, you just got something magnificent. So I hope you enjoy this. Let's get straight into the video. Let's go. Alright, the first step is you're going to take your frozen king crab legs and you're going to place them into a steamer and cook them for 8 to 10 minutes. This is going to basically defrost your crab legs and slightly warm them up. You don't want to overcook these things because they've been cooked before. When they catch the king crab, they cook them and then they freeze them directly and ship them. So if you cook them again, it's going to become dry and just not nice. Once you've warmed up your crab legs, you can then start extracting the meat. For that, just use scissors to cut out the meat and then just remove it as best you can. Also, you can pull the joints apart like that and just pull the crab meat off of it. I highly recommend scissors for this because it's massive crab legs and it's just easy to get in there with scissors. You don't really need any other tools. And you can also use a fork just to pull out a chunk of meat like this. Once you've removed all the crab meat, you're going to want to roughly chop it up so that it can go into a sushi roll and just fit in nicely. So here I'm just going to do a rough chop, and then I'm going to chop it up a little bit more like that. Once I've done that, I'm going to place it into a bowl. So here I'm just going to scoop it up with a knife and place it into a bowl, and then we're going to add a little bit of Kewpie mayonnaise. I'll link that in the description, a very tasty Japanese mayonnaise. And you can add a little bit and just mix it in. Don't over add mayonnaise, otherwise it'll become very fluid and will squeeze out of your sushi roll. Place that on the side, and I'm going to work on my cucumber. Here I've got a block of cucumber, and I'm going to use a cut called katsuramuki to slice off slowly a sheet of the skin first. Now here I'm just removing the skin, so here I'm going to stop, and then I'm going to cut it again to create a sheet cut of cucumber only. And you do this so you can later julienne it, and it's a nicer format for your sushi roll. So here I'm going to remove the seeds and eat that, and then I'm going to cut the sheet into slices, and then layer them on top of each other, and then julienne cut it into little sticks of cucumber. So there we go. Once that's done, I'm going to cut my avocado. Here, just simply cut it in half, and then remove the nut seed with the heel of the knife. Just press it in and twist, and then peel off the skin with your fingers. Then I'm going to cut from the outside in, creating these strips of avocado that are evenly spaced. So going around like this. Okay, now to roll the sushi roll, I'm going to need half a sheet of nori. So here I'm just going to fold a sheet of nori in 2 and cut it in 2. Just rip it apart like this. And now I'm gonna spread 80 grams of cooked and seasoned sushi rice over the sheet of nori. And I'm gonna sprinkle some sesame seeds over that. You can check out my sushi rice recipe in the description below. And then I'm gonna take a little finger of wasabi and I'm gonna spread it out over the sheet and then add my avocado like this. And then add a little bit of that cucumber I cut before. Just a little bit, not too much, don't overpack it. And then fill it up with loads of that crab mix we made earlier. Just pack it in there. Beautiful. Loads of king crab. Okay, now I'm gonna curl over the sushi sheet and close it. And then just gonna tuck that in and then move forwards and press again. And I'm making it into a sort of square shape. Once I've done that, then I'm gonna tuck in the sides. So bring it to the sides and tuck in the edges of your sushi roll. That makes the end bits a bit more usable. And then to cut it, I'm gonna use a sharp knife and wet it and cut it into halves and then into quarters and then into eighths, resulting in 8 pieces of sushi. Then after cutting, I'm gonna reform it again just in case anything moved. Sprinkle a little bit more sesame seeds on top, just for aesthetic purposes. And there we go. A beautiful California sushi roll filled with delicious, expensive king crab. Possibly one of the best California sushi rolls you'll try. Done. Okay, to plate it up, just simply place these in a nice sort of fashion onto a plate. Here's a nice plate. I'll link it in the description below if you want to get the same plate. And there we go. Done. So there we go. Now you know how to make a delicious California sushi roll using the rare, or shall we say more expensive king crab. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you want to see some real contrast, go check out the original California sushi roll that I made like 5 or 6 years ago. I'm not sure exactly how long ago. I'm not gonna go watch it because it's very cringy. You know, I can't look at my old stuff. It's just like, it's just terrible. But anyway, if you want to go have a laugh at my expense, go check it out right here. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video. Goodbye.